Oh, hi there. This is Java Jim with First Line Equipment. You may have seen the video on this Quickmill machine where we're working with them to improve and give them feedback on the machine that they sent us. And at the end of the day, we want a very good machine for you to acquire and use in terms of structural integrity, in terms of components that are used, in terms of reliability and features. We have the Quickmill machine here that comes with a cloth, nice little add-on. It comes with the manual. The manual is actually not that bad. I can't read the other languages, but the English part, as you saw me, I was just reviewing it very quickly. And just the questions that we ask, okay? In the manual shows 1 cleaning brush, 2 cleaning brush. Why do we have 2 cleaning brushes? Just really need one for the group head. Unless they're giving one for a grinder, I'm not sure. Typically you can use this one, but I like to use the angled ones. Now these I'm not crazy about because they have no ridges here. And just many, many years ago, a company came out with like 1 ridge, 2 ridge, 3 ridge, and they patented it so nobody can copy it. But the reason is because when you go like this, the hot water solution may flow down and the ridges kind of stop it and make it drip before it hits your hand. So just be careful. It's nice to have the cleaning brush that's included. Here's a riser to elevate your cups. You want that riser because the more the espresso drops, the faster the crema breaks. The faster the crema breaks, typically your flavor profile will disintegrate faster. A lot of the flavor is in the 3% of fats of the coffee oils, coffee bean, and that's what you want to consume as quickly as possible. That's why you really want to serve espresso as quickly as possible. Cappuccinos, yeah, you got to steam milk. So this machine right now came with 2 portafilters, a double, which I like. If you look, there are 3, I don't even know what you call them, but ribs, I guess we'll call them. So not compatible really with other machines. And they do have the bottomless, which I really like. You should be able to change baskets. I believe these are 58. They say they come with 3 baskets. Let me put this one on the side here. One is like a larger one, okay? And from the back side here, sometimes these are a little harder to put on. Let me try this side. Okay. I've done this before, so here we go. Okay. I'm going to show you a little trick here that you don't see on other machines. This group head is locked in at this position. Normally they go to the 6, okay? But watch this. You don't see that on other machines. I knew about this Quickmill over 20 years ago. We did business with Quickmill back in 2003, 2004 with the Andrea machines. So it's been quite a time, but we try to maintain our relationships. We work with manufacturers, but this here, okay, there's movement there. And the reason is this springs in here for the group head. They also include an extra gasket, which is really nice because Saturday night comes and all of a sudden your gasket's leaking, it dried up. Don't lose the gasket, okay? It comes with a 2-hole tip on the machine right now. There is a 1-hole and I believe a 3-hole when you're doing greater volumes or smaller volumes of milk, which is a good feature. Allen key is coming with it right now, which is good. This here, okay, I'm not crazy about this wire here, but the reason for this wire is you could turn on the pump, okay? That's what you could do with this, is turn on the pump. It's also used for programming. You hold it down for 5 seconds, and I believe another setting is 10. We'll do that in another video to explain things, but this is to get this on. I'm not sure if I was crazy about this. I'm not crazy about it, but it works, okay? And I'm not going to tell you the secret about this because that's going to be for a future video. This was an idea that I gave Quickmill before we got this machine in here, because I really needed the functionality of this feature, and I believe it's going to work. Comes with a steaming pitcher, which was holding the towel up there. One thing I've already suggested to them, okay, I already took the screws out. There are 3 screws. There's rubber or silicone going around the edge, which is really nice to prevent when you have spills going down the side of the machine. I'm asking them to remove this. If you look closely, okay, this side's bent down. If you watch my previous video where I took it out of the box and it was shaking, this is very susceptible to damage. No matter what you do, you could put big foam in here. The chance of damage is very high. I've actually asked other manufacturers to remove it, and actually the machines, I think, look nicer. Now, you're not going to have a cup rail, but it takes 2 hours to heat your cups on top of an espresso machine, including the big 3-group commercial ones, as well as this one and other ones. So this comes off. This is actually not that bad to put back on. There's another manufacturer that you have to actually stretch the silicone. And this is a pretty heavy weighted top cover. Okay, baskets. Let me go over here real quick. They say they come with a larger one, single cup, and 2 larger doubles. This one slides over a little bit. This one slides over. I can't really see a difference between the two. Okay, even from this perspective, maybe just a hair deeper. So it's good that you have an extra second one, but I don't think an extra gram is gonna, or extra 2 grams is gonna make a big difference. Quickmill is a stainless steel manufacturer, last I heard, and nice mirrored finish to watch the pour out of your bottomless portafilter. So nice feature. The only thing I don't like about this, I normally don't use it, is because you have to, once you put it in place, you kind of have to adjust your head to see how the pour is coming out. If you want to do video, it's great. So that covers that. I'm going to put this in here. Okay, put this one over here. Single one, paperweight. Don't use the singles. Trust me, been doing this way too long. Now I'm looking at the manual, and the manual is showing the tamper on this side. There's no tamper, there's a hand tamper. So the thing that I realized, you know, looking at this, there's 2 sides, okay? And what I found interesting was, here's the 2-cup basket. I put this in, it fits nicely and level, because if you watch my other videos, I like to hold a tamper and tamp by volume, TBV. Let me take the single cup basket, if in case you want to use this. Look, fits nice and even to the rim, and you put your coffee down there. Because if you use this one, okay, it's a little too deep. So I do like that feature. There is a screw and a washer here, it looks like. I believe that you could take the one side, or somehow, I'm not sure why, but there's a screw hole here to put this in place. Don't hold me to it. I need to ask them. Okay, so there's a nice menu here with the temperature of both boilers. This is a dual boiler machine. Let me just unplug this. I mean, this is the little things that we look at. Okay, we just went off. Nice, solid power cord. Thumbs up there. I'm going to show you the little thumbs down now. A little one, but something that we noticed and they have to work on. Okay, you probably can't see it, but there's a little, this power switch that's back here. Okay, I can push that in. So something's going on down here where they need to secure this in better. I will probably take these 2 screws out right here, pop this out, and see what's going on here. Maybe there's something else in there. It's out of sight, out of mind, but a little nuance. Again, we're working with manufacturers, and Quickmill right now is receptive, okay? So just keep that in mind. Let me put this back in. Okay, the machine is polished stainless steel. Other thing I asked them, water tank comes out. Okay, nice feature. The symbol comes up here, no water tank, or I guess low water. There is a hose with a particle filter. I'm probably going to be asking them, let's get a water softener attached here. We sell them as a V725. But there's another hose in here. Okay, this hose right here. So this hose, what is it for? And why is it so long? And does it interfere with taking the tank out and putting the tank back in? Okay, so little things that we look at. Let me close this. Now I want to show you something from our testing. Let me put the drip tray back in place. Okay, we have enough water in there. Okay, look how far the steam wand goes. Okay, why not try to put it up here? Now there's something else in the way up here, this valve here. But if possible, I would like to get this moved to the front so you could steam the milk further to the front. Now I'm going to push this to the back, hit the hot water wand. Okay, same thing. We have the water wand back here. If we can move that to the front a little bit, why hit the back wall? Now the machine's filling. You know why? Because the hot water's coming from the steam boiler. Steam boiler's half full. Steam boiler's back here, it's pretty big. So now we're gonna unplug the unit, take the water tank out so I can show you the inside here. We'll unplug that. Take the water tank out. Okay, nice and clear, good plastic. Take the drip tray off, okay? Drip tray's got a little water in it, but I wanna show you something that I noticed, because when you take the cover off, again, this film comes off. We get complaints about this when people get new machines. I ordered stainless steel and it's white with blue lettering. Yeah, just peel it off. It'll come off. Okay. I actually tell customers leave it on, use it so the scratches don't build up as fast, because when you put cups in. But there is a little ridge here and here, so the platform that holds the drip tray cover, and so this doesn't slide back, and it's a good size drip tray. So I do like that. Let me push that up forward, and we're unplugged. Okay, the steam and hot water are controlled by electro valves or solenoid valves. There is no control of the steam throughput or the pressure. That's why they give you 3 tips: 2-hole, 1-hole, and 3-hole. So let me lift this up. Okay, insulated coffee boiler. Okay, fairly large. Maybe a thermoblock. Okay, because it's very shallow, so it might be a thermoblock in there. I'm going to do a little more investigating. Here's your electronic circuitry. Now, why isn't there a cover on it? Well, that's why they put the seal. There's no holes on the top. The vent holes for keeping the flow of air is back here. So it's coming towards the back. Okay? We have our vibration pump right here. We have a solenoid valve, another solenoid valve, 3 solenoid valves, 4 solenoid valves, and then we have a manual valve here. We have tubing on the returns. There is flex tubing. If you watch my guide to, or the ultimate guide to espresso machines, we talk about tubing. Okay, copper tubing, very nice, but the flex tubing here helps with not just only heat, but also helps in or aids in the prevention of limescale in the tubing and causes blockages. So there's pluses and minuses. How many valves did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 solenoid valves here. So there's a lot going on in here, and the reason is because there's some, like I said, secret functionality that's going on in here that I asked them to do. We have our switches here. You could program the amount of water you want through these two, last I checked, and your manual is through the button right here, on and off through this button. And you have the gauges, so there's a gauge in the front. Okay, and that's your brew pressure, not your pump pressure. Okay, so people talk about pressure. This brew pressure is the resistance created by your coffee grind, the amount of coffee in the basket and the tamp. How much water's got to be pushed through, what type of pressure is needed to push through. That's what brew pressure happens from a vibration pump. And in this case, you have a vibration pump. Rotary vane pumps have pump pressure. And with the E61s, you have brew pressure, but this is not an E61. So there's some electronics right here and then some here. Again, it's to keep that airflow going because a lot of stuff is here on the top. And the big boiler, so my hand only goes in about this much. That big boiler is going down to the bottom right there. So if you have any questions or comments, wait for my next video where we're going to get into a little more detail in regards to this development of a new machine that will eventually come to the USA. Question or comments down below. Thank you for watching Java Jim with First Line Equipment. Make sure you subscribe to all our social media channels, including this one. And have a great day. Coffee first, everything else second.